Awareness to me means being able to tune out of perceived reality. Awareness is about you. Who are you really? Beyond your identity. Beyond the roles that you play. My life sucks and it's never gonna be any better. I try so hard, but it's never working out. Nobody understands me. Why does this always happen to me? Why me? Why me? And the answer is very simple. Because you're in the victim mode. This is what I used to do. Yeah, that's what I call conscious awareness. You are aware of the role that you used to play. You are conscious of the role that you used to play, and then you're free again because now you can choose. At some point you will start to notice it while doing it, and pretty soon you will notice it before. Sometimes these pointers, they're helpful. They're good teachers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you're watching this. Welcome to my channel again. Welcome to the Talking Head, speaking into conscious awareness from lived experience. And what does that really mean? Because sometimes, people meet me and they ask me, and when I tell them I'm a YouTuber, so what is your channel about? And I tell them, yeah, conscious awareness from lived experience. And they're like, oh, okay. But yeah, one woman, she asked me, I think the best question ever. She asked me, so what does it mean to you? And yeah, let me start with awareness. Awareness to me means being able to tune out of perceived reality. Awareness doesn't mean what a lot of people talk about when they are talking about awakening. Like, yeah, I'm aware that the government is bullshit and the government is this, and I'm aware that the news is this, or so I'm aware that these people are that. No, that's not awareness. That's your ego. Sorry. Claiming to have awakened. But yeah, you just flip the script. Instead of blaming person X, you're now blaming whole systems. And maybe you always did. Some say awakening is like, I used to believe in the government, I used to believe the news, but now I don't anymore. Yeah, that's like I say, flipping the script. Before you always doubted yourself, and now you start to doubt the outside world. First you were always blaming yourself, feeling guilty, feeling shame, afraid of not doing the right thing, afraid of doing it wrong. Yeah, I must be in the wrong. And then suddenly, no, they are in the wrong. No, that's not awareness. Awareness is when you are aware of you flipping the script. That's awareness. When you suddenly notice, yeah, Jeroen pointed this out to me. Like, so I used to blame myself, and now I blame the government, the shadow government, the alien invasion. It's coming soon. But that's just me flipping the script. That's awareness. And awareness starts usually with just noticing noticing things. Like I noticed I feel good if I meet someone who is asking for my attention again and again and again, and then I point it out to them, and finally I said my thing. Yeah, okay. And this is where conscious awareness steps in, because are you aware that you felt like victorious because you overpowered the other? I agree. It can be very annoying. These people have always have problems, and maybe you are one of them. And you say, or you feel like, no, that's not me. No, I only have a problem with this, and that, and that, and that. Is the victim mode. My life sucks, and it's never gonna be any better. I try so hard, but it's never working out. Nobody understands me. Why does this always happen to me? If you recognize this state of being, this mode of operating, why is it always happening to me? Why me? Why me? Me. The answer is very simple. Because you're in the victim mode. Step out of the victim mode. See the victim mode happening afterwards, and at some point you will start to notice it while doing it, and pretty soon you will notice it before. Yeah, you see the inclination. You see like, this is what I used to do. Yeah, that's what I call conscious awareness. You are aware of the role that you used to play. You are conscious of the role that you used to play, and then you're free again, because now you can choose. Do I really want to play the victim again? Do I really want to rob the other one of his or her attention? Do I really want to continue telling this story, feeling miserable, because it's not helping either of us? Because I always feel miserable, and people in general, they want to help me, but I never take on their advice, because it's not gonna work anyway. It's not gonna help me anyway. That's the victim mode. And I'm just using the victim mode as an example because, our society is pretty much grounded in victim mode. The victim or the perpetrator. And the funny thing is, victims, to be a victim, they need a perpetrator. So victims are creating perpetrators who then are a victim of the victim, because they're being victimized by the victim. Like, you did this to me. Well, maybe when you finally take responsibility for your own actions, for your own choices, you don't have to victimize me anymore. So I don't have to get angry all the time at you, or correcting you, or criticizing you. The Celestine Prophecy was a wonderful book in this regard, and there's been many books after, but none of them, in my opinion, described it so well as James Redfield, with the energy robbing system, the attention robbing system. People are angry all the time, dominating the scene. They're what I think he calls it the aggressor. or the intimidator. Yeah, I think the intimidator. Yeah, they're always intimidating everyone. Often they're not aware of it, but as soon as they enter the scene, everybody is tiptoeing. Everybody is on their guard. Like, whoa, okay, I have to be very careful what to say, what to do. And then there's the skeptical people, the critical people. They always find something wrong. They're good teachers. Once they let go of the role of the criticizer. Once they stop criticizing themselves. Yeah, you got it. And there's the aloof. I'm not gonna say anything because, you know, whatever I say will be used against me. And then there's the victim I already explained. It's energy robbing, you know, robbing each other of their of each other's energy, of each other's attention. And yeah, we all do this. He just made it clear by pointing it out and distincting it as clear as four roles. It's very generalized, of course. But yeah, sometimes these pointers, you know, they're helpful. It's a system to, you know, become aware of the roles you play. And then the latter part, conscious awareness from lived experience. Well, yes, I've lived through all of this. Dark night of the soul, plant medicine, being homeless for 2 years, being in a deep depression for 10 years, having to deal with anxiety and weird anxieties, addiction, codependency, parent-child dynamics, yeah, and the energy work, the psychic stuff, then shamanism. That all was very helpful. You know, my toolbox was getting really, filled nicely. But then I had to put it into practice. That's when I became homeless. Wonderful journey. Tough. Yeah. Having to let go of so much material stuff, belongings. Well, 80% of the stuff I didn't need. I was actually glad to be rid of it. But my music instruments, oh man, that was tough. Because, you know, I always believed I'm gonna be a musician forever. I'm gonna be this, because I am really decent. Well, no, let's just say good guitar player, in my way. And I can pretty much play any instrument I want, except for violin and these kind of things, because it's horrible. Yeah. Music is just rhythm and melody, and if these two coincide, wonderful, wonderful, magical stuff. Yeah, so this whole journey, everyone of us is going through it, and not everyone is gonna make it all the way to the end. Some they're gonna, be stuck at some point. They might have awakened in their vision, in their world. Yeah, I'm so awake and I'm protesting. Or I'm so awake I eat the biodynamic chicken. Or I'm so awake I do yoga every day. I'm so awake I tell everybody how I am so spiritual. Yeah, I'm showing everybody what a horrible world we're living in. I'm so awake. No, please drop it. Awareness is about you. Who are you really? Beyond your identity. Beyond the roles that you play. Who are you beyond this life? This human physical appearance. Who is the one thinking? Who is the one feeling? And who is the one aware of it all? Yeah. And that's where the journey starts. That's not the end. No, that's where it starts. Alright. Enough for today. See you later.